ClickUp is an amazing productivity tool that works for individuals, teams, and businesses. Their slogan is one app to replace them all, and it really does have a huge number of features. The good news is that their free plan is free forever, and if you're just getting started, the free plan might be all you ever need. In this video, I'll give you a quick introduction to ClickUp so you can jump right in and try it for yourself. Along the way, I'll share a few pro tips to make your life easier. And be sure to watch through to the end of the video when I'll show you how to supercharge ClickUp with the power of AI. To follow along, click the link in the description below. This will give you instant access to a free ClickUp account. Click the Get Started button and enter your name, email, and a password. No credit card will be required. ClickUp will send a verification code to your email, which you will enter here. Next, enter a few simple questions about yourself and what tools you currently use. Then choose a name for your workspace. I'll call my workspace The Interactive Story, which is the name of my company. Then hit Finish and you're in. One thing I like about ClickUp is that it's easy to get started. Here in the Getting Started checklist, you'll see that you've already set up your workspace, and the next thing to do is to create a space. If you hover over this section, you can click Show Me How and see a quick video that's pretty humorous and entertaining. But to save time, let's just click on the plus sign to create a space. A space can represent a team, a department, or a group. And if you're using ClickUp for yourself, a space might be a certain part of your work. I'll name my first space YouTube creation because that's a big part of my business. Notice that the default icon changes to a Y for YouTube and gets assigned a default color of blue. I can change both the icon and the color later. If you want, you can add a description and decide if the space should be private. For now, I'll just press continue. On the next page, you can choose a workflow. There are specialized workflows for marketing teams, project management, and product engineering, but we'll use the starter workflow for now. In this section, you can customize default views, task status, and click apps. Let's stick with the default settings. You can always go back and change them later. Then click Create Space, and you'll see that your new space has been added on the left side of the screen. Here's a pro tip to help you understand how spaces work. The free plan lets you create up to 5 spaces. You can think of each space as a giant filing cabinet that you keep inside of your home. You might have a lot of smaller projects inside of each cabinet, separated into folders and lists. Just keep the filing cabinet names general enough to cover all the main areas of your work and life. Let's add one more space and call it Personal Life. Notice that the icon changes to the letter P when I type in the name. I'll use the starter workflow and default settings, except this time I'll turn privacy on since it's not related to my work. When I click Create Space, you can see I now have 2 spaces, one called YouTube Creation and the other called Personal Life. If you want, you can use folders to organize things inside of a space. For instance, inside of my Personal Life space, I can create a folder called Life Tasks. Then I can put some to-do lists inside of the folder. I'll create a list called One-Time Tasks that contain things like plant garden, call plumber, and organize shelves. Then I'll create another list called Routine Tasks, which is for repeating tasks like take out the trash and annual dental cleaning. Under due date, I'll schedule take out trash for Mondays, and I will set that to recur each week. My annual dental cleaning might be next week, and I can set that to recur once a year. Finally, I'll add a third list that I'll call Ideas to Try. This is where I keep random ideas like research new vacation spots and check out the latest restaurant. These tasks don't need to be assigned to anyone and they don't have due dates. They're just good ideas that I might want to try when I have the time. The use of folders is completely optional. For instance, say I want to make my to-do list for my next YouTube video and store it in my YouTube creation space without making a folder first. I can click on the list icon right under YouTube creation. I break the task down into individual steps like research topic, write script, film video, edit video, create thumbnail, and upload to YouTube. If needed, I can also break down the tasks into smaller parts. For instance, when I click on research topic, I can break that down into subtasks like read articles, watch other YouTube videos on this topic, and talk to experts in the field. If I were part of a larger team, I could assign some of these tasks to other people. I can also mark certain tasks as urgent, high priority, or low priority, and I can assign a due date. Back here on the main list, you can see that research topic now includes 3 subtasks. If I want to see all of my tasks in one place, I click the Everything icon. Then I can see my YouTube tasks along with my personal tasks and ideas. Here's another pro tip to make your life easier. Remember those questions we answered during the sign-up? One of the questions was about task management tools that you currently use. Since I said Trello, now there's a button on the right side of my screen that says Start Import from Trello. Actually, I don't recommend using this import function if this is the first time you're using ClickUp. It's usually best to start with a clean setup, at least until you get used to how ClickUp works. That way, you can set up a really efficient and optimized workflow. Most importantly, you'll want to give your list a name. Usually, you get to name your list when you first create it. But since this was the very first list, it has the default name list, which isn't super helpful. Let's say this is a to-do list for creating a ClickUp demo. I'll click the 3 dots, choose Rename, and call it ClickUp Video. Now I'll show you something really cool. If you'd rather track your progress on a horizontal chart, just click this board button. Instantly, your task list is transformed into a Kanban board, which is a popular way for tracking your progress. Let's say I've finished researching the topic and I've also finished writing the script. One way to mark the task complete is by clicking the green check mark. When I check off Research Topic and Write Script, those tasks automatically move into the Complete column. But I find it easier to drag tasks from column to column as I make progress. For instance, when I'm ready to film the video, I can drag Film Video from the To Do column to the In Progress column. Tracking progress like this is especially helpful when you're working on many projects at once, or if you have several team members working together on the projects. These titles across the top show the status of each task as you make progress, and you can add more status titles if you want. To switch back to the list view, just click the list icon at the top of the screen. You can see that Film Video is in progress, and I still have these tasks in the To Do section. To see the completed task, click the Show Closed button. Now the completed tasks show up here at the top. ClickUp reminds me to save these changes, or if I want, I can click Auto Save View. Here's another pro tip to make your life easier. Remember how you get up to 5 spaces on the free plan? ClickUp gives you a default space called Team Space when you sign up, but you may decide that you don't need it. To delete this space, click the 3 dots, type the name to confirm you want to delete the space, and hit Delete. Now you can see I only have 2 spaces, which gives me room to add 3 more. Now let's check out the home screen, where you can personalize ClickUp so it works best for you. Let's say I've decided that I really need to organize those shelves, so I'll give it a due date of today. When I click on the home icon, I'll see a home screen with customizable cards. For now, I'll remove the recent card and the agenda card so I can focus on my work. You can see that Organize Shelves is at the top of my list of things I need to do today. If I have any overdue tasks, I'll see them here. And if I click on Next, I'll see the 6 other tasks on my list. There are also 4 unscheduled tasks down here at the bottom of the card, but I need to scroll down to see them. To customize your home screen, toggle on this button called Edit Layout. Then you can move the cards around and resize them by clicking and dragging the corner. Just remember to turn the Edit Layout button off when you're done so that you can continue using the home screen. Now I'll add my calendar to the home screen so I can get a complete view of my day. When I click Manage Cards, I'll see a list of cards that I can add to my home screen. On the Agenda card, click Add to Home and close the Cards panel. The Agenda card got added to the bottom of the screen, but I can turn on Edit Layout and drag the Agenda card up here and make it a little bigger. Then I'll turn the Edit Layout button off. Click the Calendar icon and choose the calendar you want to add. I'll turn on the button for My Google Calendar, but if I wanted to add an Apple or Outlook calendar, I could click on Add Calendar instead. Now all of the events from my Google Calendar for today will show up on this agenda card, and my task list shows up on the My Work card. This makes it easy for me to see all of my work and schedule events for the day in one place. Since ClickUp works for teams as well as individuals, it can notify you if someone else assigned a task to you, or if there are any of your tasks that are overdue. Since I set a few due dates in this video, ClickUp sent me this daily summary showing me my overdue tasks. If you don't want to receive notifications by email, just click Change Email Settings and turn those notifications off. With the free plan, you get 5 spaces, unlimited tasks, 100 megabytes of storage, and a whole lot of other features. For an individual user, this may be all you'll ever need. If you're part of a small team, you might want to upgrade to the unlimited plan. This gives you access to unlimited storage, dashboards, team user groups, plus advanced features like Gantt charts and agile reporting. As you can see, ClickUp is pretty inexpensive and each plan offers a lot of features. These are the prices for yearly plans at the time of this recording, and they offer monthly plans as well. There's also a new AI add-on feature that you can add to any paid plan for just $5 per member per month. It's called ClickUp Brain, and the slogan for this is one AI to replace them all. You can use it to ask questions about documents, tasks, and people, manage and automate work, and create content quickly with the AI writing assistant. To try ClickUp for free, just click the link in the description below. The free plan is free forever, and it's an easy way to manage your work and your life.